Let's talk about why people ignore your outreach messages. Oftentimes if we're starting our accounting firm or bookkeeping services and we're not paying for advertisements, we'll generally, go to LinkedIn or to maybe Facebook and we'll start reaching out to the market. So to people who we think could potentially use our services. And oftentimes when we reach out, we'll come at them just trying to promote our services or in some cases trying to get to meet them. And we'll oftentimes get ignored. Now, that's a very, very, very real thing. And today, let's just talk about how to stop getting your messages ignored. Now, please keep in mind, you're never going to have a 100% reply rate, but you can have a pretty close. You can have about 85 to 90% reply rate. So, the first things first, it's all about how you start. So, does your connection message, let's just talk about LinkedIn. Let's say that you're reaching out to a prospect on LinkedIn. Your connection message generally needs to have something talking about how you either read their profile or how you've heard about their story based on their profile, or how they're doing some amazing things. Please keep in mind, if you just come at somebody saying I do this, 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 and this, then they're probably going to get ignored, and they're going to be annoyed by you. However, if you first come at them with the slight tweak that's saying, hey, I care about you as a person, and I'm really curious to know about your company and what you guys are doing moving forward. What is the strategy about? Are you looking to hire an accounting firm right now? It's better to ask the questions until the person asks what you do than if you come and start telling. Okay? Because if someone feels like it's their idea, so if someone goes, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about what you do? I see you're an accountant. They're going to be able to hear you now. They're going to be receptive to whatever information you talk and you tell them. Versus if you just come at them, just talking, saying, hey, I'm an accountant, I do XYZ, they're going to feel like you're selling them. Now, some people don't mind being sold to, especially if they're either a good salesman or if they're a type A personality, an action type personality, because they like that being very, very direct. But 75% of the market might not be like that, especially depending on who you actually work with. So if you're working with people who are like architects or someone who is an engineer, if you just go straight at them, hey, let's go do this now, let's hop on a call right now, they might not have enough information in order to really trust you. If you're talking to someone who's a little bit more on the personal side, or they need more of a connection, and I call them touchy-feely, then you have to at least talk about them and really have them start talking about themselves and their story, so they feel like they can trust you and they can connect with you. Okay, so the number one way to do that is first to talk about them. You start leading with that, people are going to start asking you what you do and how they can either support you or how they can use your services. It's the craziest thing. I started changing that and tweaking that when I first got started, and people just started asking me, hey, how can I work with you? You seem like the only person who actually gets it. I've never been an accountant who actually gets it. And it's all because I just asked them a question about themselves. They started opening up, and they just saw that I actually cared about them and actually wanted to help them out as much as possible. Right, so start implementing that. You're going to get your messages either replied to or responded to more frequently. Okay? Now, if you've been struggling to attract clients to your accounting or your bookkeeping firm practice, now we're generally missing a couple key steps. There are 5 things that we need to implement inside of our accounting and bookkeeping firm in order to consistently attract clients. Now, if you've been struggling with this, that means that there's probably a hole somewhere in those 5, and there's some things that are missing. Now, if you want, I can show you those things inside of our free community. I created a free community to be able to give you resources, tips, trainings, and tools for other accountants. Because when I first got started, it was terribly hard. It was incredibly hard, and there wasn't really a lot of people who were really willing to help. It wasn't that I didn't know other accountants. It was just oftentimes they would see us as competition in the local area, and they wouldn't really, give us the time of day to kind of show us how they started being more successful. But I wanted to kind of change that and start, paying it forward. So if you've been struggling, come and join us inside this community, and I cannot wait to help you out and show you to start attracting clients to your bookkeeping or accounting practice or firm. Now, hopefully you have a great day. I can't wait to see you inside the community. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.